Hello and welcome. My name is Lisa. Today I will be holding a restorative session for you, and the focus will be on a time of completion and moving into new beginnings. We're right in the middle of the eclipses. We had the solar eclipse a few days ago, and in a week there'll be the full lunar eclipse in New Zealand. It's cold and rainy outside, so this seems like a particularly nourishing session to do today. You'll need a couple of blocks, blanket, and maybe an eye pillow if you have one. Get comfortable, put your socks on. You might even want to put your pyjamas on and do it before bed. When you're ready, seated or lying, close down your eyes. And start to take your focus to your breath. Feeling the rise and fall. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of a 4-6 breath. Your central nervous system particularly loves a longer exhale than inhale. Makes your body feel like you're in control if your exhale is longer. Breathing in and out first, and then I'll count for you. So inhale in 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause in for a second, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pausing at the top of the breath, and sighing out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last round. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause in. Soften the jaw, the shoulders, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bowing your chin to your chest. Flutter open your eyes and look up. We're going to move into a supported child's pose now. So come in onto your knees. You could, if you want it to be particularly snugly, have one blanket underneath you. And then you have a couple of options here to have a pillow or bolster between your knees. And you could raise it up however high you need with a block. And then I'm going to grab my blanket and have it on my lower back and kidneys. And then I'm going to come lying down. I'm going to take my head to one side. And then with your inhale, allow your body to descend and be supported by the bolster. If you're still looking at me rather than just listening, you'll notice that I've sat up. That's just in order for me to talk clearly and help you stay settled in the pose. Bring a deeper breath to your back body. breathing in and exhaling out. Feel the breath travel all the way down to your lower back. Feel your glutes soften. Feel your knees meet the ground more fully. And then the next time you exhale, really let go. Know that the ground is holding you safely. You're warm and supported. And then you might turn your head and neck to face the other side. Breathing in and sighing out. And as you settle into this first pose, know that everything that you need is held within you already. Let your shoulders soften. Let your jaw soften. Let your belly soften. And then together, we're going to do another couple of rounds of the 4-6 breath. So breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your hands, palms of your hands to the ground and gently push back up. Walk your hands towards you and then just pause here for a moment. The next pose is butterfly. So taking the bolster or pillow away and then come to sit on your bottom with the soles of your feet together. I'm going to take my bolster and put it underneath my legs so that I'm comfortable and my muscles feel safe and supported. And then I'm going to grab my blanket again and wrap it over my shoulders. And you've got a choice here. If you've got a couple of blocks, you can just take your forearms to them and bow your head towards the ground. Or you might choose to stack your blocks. You sometimes have to hold on to them and take your forehead to the top of the block. I've taken my palms out in front of me in a symbol of surrender and trust. Once you're comfortable, take your focus back to your breath. Feel the breath start right at the base of the spine and travel all the way up your spine to the crown of your head. Pause at the top for a couple of seconds and then softly exhale out. And with that exhale, surrender a little more. You might find you need to lower a block as your body softens into the pose. Have a moment of gratitude for all that you have created in the first few months of this year. Whether that be just space to practice yoga, or even just an intention to show up more. And then for the next few rounds of breath, recognize the shape as an intention to bow towards the journey of the rest of the year, to embrace, to surrender, to enjoy. Notice if you're holding on anywhere, thumbs or jaw, the back of the neck. And then for the final few moments in this shape, we'll come back to the 4-6 breath. So breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carefully lifting your head, moving any props to one side, and then coming up, stretching your legs out straight. And just take a moment here with the head released, the spine straight. A little bit of a seated rebound. Feel the energy rising up your spine as all doing is released. Then the muscles settle back into an upright position. And then our next pose is going to be dragonfly. So perhaps opening your eyes if they're not, so that you can see just for a moment. Take your legs wide. You need to feel a little bit of a stretch here, not too much. You're after kind of like 30% sensation. And then I'm going to take my blocks. I'm going to put them down the level. And then put my bolster on top. Put my blanket back to my shoulders. And then I'm going to bring my arms forward and flex my feet for a few rounds of breath. Another deep inhale. And then I'm going to let go with flexing my feet and my legs and just let them be. I'm going to come onto my elbows and take my thumbs into the bridge of my nose, the third eye, and the rest of my fingers come to prayer. There's always the option to not have the blocks. Just come down, depending on your degree of flexibility, closer to the ground. And if you're feeling particularly overwhelmed, you could creep the blanket up over your head. Allow your body to move closer to the ground. You don't need to keep still. The time between eclipses can be quite interesting. Ideas get activated. It's like the turning of the pages in a book. You're not sure what's coming, what new and wonderful ideas you will have as you turn the next page. Coming back to the 4-6 breath. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Start to walk your arms and hands back towards you and come all the way up to sitting. Move your bolster to one side, bring your legs back to the middle. And at this point, you might lean back, bend your knees, and gently bring your legs from side. So the next couple of poses will be on your back, and it's where we will finish. So if you have an eye mask, you might want to grab that. Another layer on if you're feeling cold, and then make your way onto your back, keeping your knees bent. Grab your bolster and put it to the left side, and then take your knees to your chest. And then there's two options here. You can either quite simply bring the knees down on top of the bolster, or you might stick the bolster in between the knees and the ankles. And then the arms can either come out to the side or rest on the ribs and belly. And then settle in here. With each inhale and exhale, let the body unwind. Let the muscles have a feeling of moving away from the bones. Let each part of the body that touches the ground feel heavier and softer. And then simply focus on the rise and fall of the chest with each inhale and exhale. We'll come back to a couple of rounds of the 4-6 breath. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then simply let the legs move. So the legs are straight. Move your bolster to the other side and come into a mini shavasana. A little rebound for the spine. That you might take this moment to contemplate on what you can leave behind. What small thing can you let go of? What small change can you implement? And then let's come to the other side. So bend your knees again. Lift your feet off the ground and bring your knees over to the right side this time. Getting comfortable. Taking the arms either out wide or resting them on your body. Softening every muscle, every bone, and letting the spine unwind in the other direction. And then come into 2 rounds of the 4-6 breath. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remove any supports. And this time, bring your knees to your chest and very gently rock side to side. And then we have one final pose. So coming onto your side and coming up. This is going to be a heart opening, heart lift pose. So again, there's always a choice. I love choice with props. So you could bring your bolster across the mat, stick a block where your head would be, and come lie down so that the bolster is behind your heart. The block is on your head. Make a decision on what height you would want, and take your legs out straight. You might grab your blanket. Make sure you're nice and warm for this final pose, and stick your eye mask over your eyes. If you don't like that option, the other option is to have the bolster under your knees and 2 blocks. One comes behind your heart again. You still have one under your head, your blanket, and your eye mask. Wherever you have landed, let your shoulders rotate open. Let the thumbs move out to the side, the backs of the hands feel heavy. The elbow creases relax. The big toes relax. All these little joints where we can hold tension. And then bring the breath very much to the space around the heart. And feel the whole of the rib cage expand out to the side. out to the back and out to the front. And before you really drift off into a deep relaxation, just spend a moment contemplating what you might be moving towards. What does your heart desire? If you could have anything, what do you dare to ask for? In a bigger inhale. And as you exhale, let everything soften to the support of the ground. Come into a couple of rounds of 4-6. Even in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bringing your hand back to your body, resting just above your heart. I'm going to leave you here, my friends. You can stay for longer. Wishing you all your dreams come true.